अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर।
वालेकुम
अस्सलाम
अस्सलाम।
वालेकुम।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम।
वो स्टेला भी गेमिंग है ना?
सॉरी,
नहीं सर, आपको नहीं बोला। ग्राफिक्स कितना जीबी है? वो सभी शर्मा गया, अभी पर्सनल में मैसेज कर रहा है सर आगे तो।
Bruh.
yes, all of you have joined. So I think maximum students have joined.
नो सर, ओनली 21।
Yes, lecture is over now.
यस सर।
So only 21 students. Yes, they will join. Okay, one by one. My voice is clear, I think. So though it is raining, it is raining little bit. But if you are not able to hear me, you can tell me.
सर एकदम क्लियर आ रहा है, बारिश वारिश का आवाज नहीं आ रहा है।
आवाज क्लियर आ रही है ना? Okay. So let us start.
हाँ एकदम क्लियर।
See, this I was going on with the effect of dissociation on output power. Okay. See, this is the graph, okay, of air fuel ratio versus the brake power. So I've explained you this. Okay, just revise it. What is happening is in air fuel ratio, okay, air fuel ratio as it has reached the value of 14.7. See here, it is 14.7. Okay, at this point we call it as stoichiometric ratio in a SI engine, okay, in a SI engine, stoichiometric ratio. Okay, so what is happening that if enough amount of air is there, okay, enough amount of air is there to completely burn the fuel, okay, to completely burn the fuel. So what is happening? So what is happening here? See, the air fuel ratio is 14.1:1, okay, and as the air fuel ratio is increasing, what is happening? See, the fuel consumption is increasing, okay, the fuel consumption little bit it will increase till the air fuel ratio reaches higher value, okay. See here, at 14.7:1 here, okay, the fuel consumption is less, but as it is going ahead, it will increase little bit and it will increase till the air fuel ratio increases, okay. If you supply more fuel also, your specific fuel consumption is increasing, okay. So see, I have allowed you all to unmute yourself. Tell me whether it is good that a specific fuel consumption is increasing, or whether it is not good for an engine. For good efficiency, the specific fuel consumption, should it be more or it should be less? Whether it is brake specific fuel consumption or indicated specific fuel consumption, okay. Specific fuel consumption, whether it should be more or whether it should be less. Yes, anyone who can reply in chat also. See, more and more students should reply. Yes, you are not getting properly, you are not revising, students.
सर फ्यूल कंजम्पशन लेस रहना चाहिए ना, क्योंकि कंजम्पशन जितना ज़्यादा रहेगा तो फिर उतना मतलब कॉस्ट बढ़ते जाएगा ना.
Yes, very good, very good. Fuel consumption, very easy logic applied, student. Yes, very good. Fuel consumption, it is the fuel consumption, whether it is brake specific fuel consumption or indicator specific fuel consumption should be less, okay. If fuel consumption is less, okay, for the brake power which is producing, then what will happen? Your efficiency will increase. So that is why what is happening. So see here, at stoichiometric air fuel ratio, that is the ratio is 14.7. That is a standard value for a SI engine. Okay, that is a standard value for SI engine. That is 14.7:1. At this point, what is happening is that the specific fuel consumption is less. But the main point which we have to focus here is this. Okay, the brake power. The brake power, see how it is following here with dissociation. Okay, with the dissociation, how the graph is moving. Okay, all of you can see this. The graph is maximum at this point at stoichiometric ratio, then the brake power starts decreasing. Okay, and before also, if the ratio is not stoichiometric, then also the brake power goes on decreasing. So the maximum brake power you get it as stoichiometric ratio only. Again, upper graph you can see. I have explained you this in the last lecture. Just a second. Yes. See here, the maximum brake power would have been attained was at this point. Okay, but because of dissociation, what is happening? The maximum brake power is here. Okay, at this point. So this much amount is the brake power which is lost. Okay, at stoichiometric ratio. Again, as you go towards more air fuel ratio, okay, if you increase the air also, then what is happening? And each and every point you are getting less brake power. You are getting less brake power. Okay, students, and your fuel consumption is also increasing. Okay, see what is written. The effect of dissociation on output power or brake power is shown for a typical SI engine. Okay, this is for SI engine. Okay, so if there is no dissociation, brake power is maximum at stoichiometric ratio. Okay, if there is no dissociation, brake power is maximum at stoichiometric ratio. See, if you have any doubt, you can chat with me. You can just type your message in the chat. Shoaib, if you are raising hand, do you have any doubt? You can directly put a message.
No, sir.
No, na? Then why you are in every lecture, you are just raising your hand and disturbing? Yes?
Sorry, sir. By mistake.
हाँ, इतने सारे लेक्चर हो गए, आपको अभी तक पता नहीं चला कैसे यूज करना है. Every lecture I am seeing you. Are you doing it purposely to disturb?
No, sir.
If you want to attend, you can attend. Otherwise, you can leave. I don't require these disturbances. Huh? I think you are doing it purposely every lecture. You are not getting any other time pass. Then why you are coming here?
Sorry, sir.
Idiot. See here, if there is no dissociation of brake power, okay, is maximum at stoichiometric ratio. Shaded area between brake power shows loss in power due to dissociation. See what is happening here, okay. The shaded area which is shown here, okay. This is the shaded area. This is the whole loss of power throughout the change or variation in the air fuel ratio, okay. This is the loss in brake power, okay. That is what he is telling. So if there is no dissociation, brake power is maximum stoichiometric ratio. Then when the mixture is quite lean, then there is no dissociation, okay. When there is mixture is very much lean, then there is no dissociation. Dissociation is happening when the air fuel mixture, okay, the fuel is increasing, the amount of fuel is increasing, okay. See, I have told you, all of you, that air fuel ratio, okay, air fuel ratio, it is not like that. If for a lean mixture, the amount of air as compared to fuel, okay, or the amount of fuel as compared to air, okay, it will be more. It is not like that. Only the ratio will increase or decrease, okay. See, in stoichiometric air fuel ratio, the ratio is 14/1, okay. The ratio is 14/1, okay. So in lean mixture, it will be 13/1 or 12/1, okay, somewhat like that, 10/1. But the amount of air, you can see, the amount of air is 10 times as compared to the amount of fuel, okay, by mass only. So it is, the air is compressed, okay. The air is compressed so much, and it is sent, okay. The more amount of air is sent as compared to fuel, always, okay. In the maximum time, the air is only more, okay. But when we talk about the ratio, if the ratio is decreasing beyond 14.7, it is decreasing to 14 or 13, then it will be a lean mixture. And if it is increasing, okay, if the ratio is, see here, if the ratio is here, okay, 14, when the ratio is increasing, then it will be lean mixture, because the fuel is decreasing, okay. When the fuel is less, okay, then it will be lean mixture. When the fuel is more, then it will be rich mixture, because the ratio which we are taking it as air by fuel. So if the denominator is increasing, okay, what will happen? The air fuel ratio will decrease, okay. So that is why it will become a rich mixture. The more amount of fuel, okay, it will be a rich mixture. The less amount of fuel, the more amount of air, okay. So if the air is more, the air fuel ratio is increasing, and it will become a lean mixture. Okay, getting all of you? So see here now. When the mixture is rich, then there will be maximum dissociation. Okay, since temperature increases, see the dissociation, for dissociation the main requirement is temperature. Okay, so when the mixture is rich, then there will be maximum dissociation since temperature increase after combustion. When mixture becomes richer, then dissociation effect will tend to decline due to incomplete combustion. Okay, when mixture becomes richer, then dissociation effect will tend to decline due to incomplete combustion. Okay, this is also one thing. Okay, next, see effect of dissociation on PV diagram of an SI engine. See here, this is the effect of dissociation. You can see this is our Otto cycle of SI engine. All of you know this. Okay, I have explained it to you. Okay, the process is 1 to 2, then the temperature 1 to 2 is compression, then 2 to 3 dash. Okay, here the pressure is raising to 3 dash only here. Okay, it is not raising beyond. Agar dissociation nahi hota, so it would have reached till 0.3. Okay, it would have reached till 0.3 here, but because of dissociation the pressure is reducing to 3 dash. Okay, then 3 to 4. Okay, 3 to 4, this is the process without, sorry, the 3 to 4 is the process for air standard cycle without the dissociation, but because we are taking a fuel air cycle here, okay, this is dissociation is happening in fuel air cycle. Okay, so therefore the graph is going from 3 dash here. Okay, getting all of you, and it is going 3 dash to 4 double dash. See what is happening here, because of lower maximum temperature, that is the maximum temperature in the cycle is at 3. Okay, so the maximum temperature is also reducing, it is reducing to 3 dash, not till 3. So the pressure and temperature both has decreased. So due to dissociation the maximum pressure is also reduced, and this will be given by 2 3 dash. If there is no reassociation, okay, reassociation means again the CO and O2 should combine to become CO2. Okay, so that is reassociation. Dissociation is CO2 disintegrates into carbon monoxide and oxygen. So if there is no reassociation due to fall of temperature during expansion, then expansion process will be 3 dash 4 double dash. If there is no reassociation, see because of reassociation what is happening. Okay, this is reassociation written here. Okay, all of you remember the process. Okay, reassociation agar ho raha hai, okay, so what will happen, there will be some increase of temperature inside the combustion chamber. Okay, there will be some increase of temperature, it will help the temperature to increase and the pressure to increase. Okay, see here, there is the process shown here. Okay, so reassociation means, see this is a process 2CO plus O2. Okay, at the time of expansion this can what it can combine again and again, it can become CO2. Okay, same way H2 and O2 it can combine and again it can become H2O. So what will happen when the reverse process is happening, this will give heat to the combustion chamber and the temperature of the combustion chamber will increase and the pressure will increase, and that will be useful. Okay students, so that is what is told here. See, if there is reassociation, okay, what will happen if there is reassociation? Okay, if there is no reassociation, the temperature will be, okay, due to fall of temperature during expansion, the expansion process will be 3 dash 4 double dash. See, the pressure will drop. Okay, pressure will drop more because there is no reassociation, because there is no temperature rise. The pressure will drop more, it will come down here. 3 dash 4 double dash is here, but 4 dash is little bit up. See here, okay, 4 dash is little bit up. So this 3 dash 4 dash will be attained when there will be reassociation. Okay, so I have written it here. See, but due to reassociation it will be 3 dash 4 dash. Okay, By comparing with ideal cycle, it can be observed that the effect of dissociation is to lower the temperature and pressure at the beginning of the expansion stroke also. Though during reassociation the heat is given back, okay, little bit heat is given back, but you can see it is too late to contribute a convincing positive increase in the output of the engine. Okay, so though there is reassociation also possible, okay, reassociation is also there, but still you can see the temperature is not rising that much, okay, and the pressure is not rising that much which is required. So that is why the efficiency of a fuel air cycle is less and the efficiency of air standard cycle is more. See, very important point in a fuel air cycle, what are the changes due to specific heat? Okay, what are the changes due to specific heat? See, very important thing, all the gases except the monoatomic gases show an increase in specific heat with increase in temperature. Okay, अगर temperature बढ़ रहा है तो उसका specific heat भी बढ़ता है. Okay, it does not follow any law, but it can be approximately expressed in the form Cp is equal to A1 plus Kt, okay, and Cv is equal to A2 plus Kt. Okay, so this is, okay, this is, we are talking in between the temperature range of 300 Kelvin to 2000 Kelvin. Focus all of you, see A1, A2, K, okay, they are constant and T is the temperature. T is the temperature. A1, A2 and K are constant, where R is equal to Cp minus Cv, which is equal to A1 minus A2. Okay, R is characteristic gas constant, that is Cp minus Cv. All of you know that this is also equal to A1 minus A2. Okay, because when you do Cp minus Cv here, see, if you subtract Cp minus Cv, then here also Kt minus Kt will get cancelled. Okay, and you will get A1 minus A2. Okay, now see, above 1500 degree Kelvin, the specific heat increases much more rapidly. Okay, the specific heat increases much more rapidly and may be expressed in this form. Okay, it can be expressed in this form: Cp is equal to A1 plus K1 T plus K2 T square, and Cv is equal to A2 plus K1 T plus K2 T square. This is approximately at about 1500 degree Kelvin or 1500 Kelvin. Okay, so this formula now changes. Cp will be A1 plus K1 T plus K2 T square. These are all constant. Okay, so see now what happens. So the physical explanation for increase in specific heat is that as the temperature is raised, okay, larger fraction of the heat would be required to produce motion. Okay, if your temperature is raising, there will be more amount of heat will be required to produce motion of the molecules of fuel. Okay, to produce that motion, more heat will be required. The energy which goes, okay, the energy goes into moving the atoms does not contribute to proportional temperature rise. Okay, it does not contribute to proportional temperature rise, hence more temperature is required, okay, to the temperature of unit mass through 1 degree at higher level. Okay, so what is happening, see, your Cp value, okay, your Cp value here, see, it is 1.005 kilojoules per kg Kelvin at 300 Kelvin. Okay, this we are taking generally, and Cv also we are taking generally as 0.717 kilojoules per kg Kelvin. Yes, just focus now, students, very important point. Okay, this can be asked in exams. Okay, Cp is 1.005 at 300 Kelvin and Cv is 0.717. Okay, now see, at 2000, okay, at 2000 Kelvin, Cp is 1.345. Okay, Cp is 1.345, and now at 2000 Kelvin, Cv is 1.057. So what is happening? The difference is constant. Okay, the difference is constant. Here also, Cp minus Cv, it was approximately around 0.3. Here also, Cp minus Cv will be approximately around 0.3. Okay, so when you take the value of gamma, okay, gamma as Cp by Cv, okay, what will happen? The ratio will decrease, okay, because the difference is constant. What is gamma Cp by Cv? Okay, all of you see here, gamma is Cp by Cv. Okay, so when you take the values at higher temperatures, okay, that is at 2000 Kelvin. So Cp by Cv 1.345 upon 1.057, the ratio will decrease. Okay, the ratio will decrease as compared to temperature at less. Okay, so what is happening because of that? The value of gamma is decreasing. Therefore, what is happening? Because of gamma, what will happen here, students? Because the value of gamma is decreasing, your efficiency will decrease. Your efficiency will decrease. All of you can do it, calculate it and see. See, when the temperature is raising, the difference is constant. The difference is constant. Okay. See, this has moved from 1.005 to 1.345, and this has moved from 0.717 to 1.057. So Cp minus Cv at 300 Kelvin is same as Cp minus Cv at 2000 Kelvin. So when you take Cp upon Cv, gamma is equal to Cp upon Cv at 2000 Kelvin, so 1.345 upon 1.057. Okay, if you take that, so what will happen? The value of gamma, you will find it as lesser value. Okay, so it will be less value. Therefore, what will happen? The efficiency will decrease. Hope you all are getting this, students. Okay, so because of variation of specific, I've written if the variation of specific it is taken into account during compression stroke, the final temperature and pressure will be lower. Okay, so therefore final temperature and pressure, if it is lower, what will happen? Okay, what will happen? The efficiency will be less. The pressure and temperature is less, the efficiency will be less. Okay, so see, this is coming around 1.27 okay, gamma at 2000 Kelvin, and if you take at 300, okay, at 300 what will come? .4. Okay, so 1.27 you are getting it at 2000. Okay, gamma has decreased. Okay, this is at 2000, and the value of gamma at 300 will be approximately 1.41 or 1.4. So as you know, we take this value of gamma for calculation of efficiency in fuel air cycle also, and in air standard cycle also. Okay, so gamma has decreased when the temperature has increased. Hope you all are getting this, students. Okay, so this only you have to explain this much. Okay, forget about the formulas, you just have to write the formulas. Okay, and explain these things. Let us move ahead now. See, variations of specific it can be considered during compression stroke. Okay, 1 to 2 adiabatic compression with constant specific heat. Okay, this is 1 to 2. Okay, constant specific heat, that is we are considering constant specific heat with gamma is equal to 1.4. But when we are considering, okay, with increase in temperature, okay, increase in temperature, we are taking variation of specific heat, then the amount of pressure rise will be less. See, it will be lower.